Good afternoon, myself Swati, Assistant of the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. I am going to cut a video lecture series based upon object-oriented programming. Now my topic is an exception handling. Exception handling means it is an what are the exception? Normally, what is meant by exception mean it is an occurring an error wherever the input or output values will be differ from the given constraint. It will be arise an error that is called as an exception handling. Now we are going to see what is exception handling and then types and what are the types of list out the types in one by one. First, what is an exception mean? It is an unwanted event that occurred during program execution. If you are having an compilation, there is no error to be occurred, but it will be an error shows in the while in the runtime error. That will be an program execution time. It will be arising an uneven, unwanted actions towards some program that disturbs the normal flow of program. We are having in a flow some of the flow we are having, but in this in between unwanted event will be happen mean the program flow will be mismatched. So this is an exception. It occurs at runtime and interrupts exceptions. It occurs only at runtime. That only the execution will be an interrupts, and then proper handling program event it will be terminated, and then helps you need to help to maintain the stability of the program and flow of the program too. And then we are having types like checked exception and unchecked exception. Checked exception means it is a compile time exception. Unchecked exception means it is a runtime exception. If you are having a checked exception means this is an without the checked exception means by compile time itself it will be the program will be checked before the execution part. That is a checked exception. If an unchecked exception means if you have not compiled the program properly, it will mean takes towards the runtime. That will be an unchecked exception. Example IO exception and SQL exception also. If an unchecked exception means it will mean throw exception and it will mean not checked at under compile time. So this is an arithmetic expression like we are using a null values in between the program. It will be shown unchecked exception because without checking a null value, we are automatically gives a run command. It will be shows an unchecked exception likewise error. While we are having any exception will be occur in the program, it will be normal flow of program will be gets divert. We are having three types: try, catch, and finally. Try block means it contain code that many cause an exception, and then catch block means handles the exception. What are the exception will be handled in the program will be given under the catch block, and then finally means each executed recordly the exception occurs. We are having try block, catch block, and finally block. Without catch and finally, the try individually not been shown in the program. Try block means contain a code that causes an exception. What are the code will be throw an exception? That type of code will be given in the try block, and then it handled by the catch block, and then it will be executed by the finally block. I'm having a syntax here. Java try by using a try keyword. Inside that result equal to 10 by 0. Anything divided by 0 will be it automatically cause an error. It will be an handled by the exception like catch exception of, and then we are having a finally block. After the exception handling, it will be an executed by the finally block. That will be shown in the slide. Throw and throws means it is a throw used to explicitly create a throw an exception inside the method. Inside the method block, if we are having any exception be thrown, that will be a throw. If you are having many throw after the exception callers, that is an throws. After the method, that is an throws. There are two types, throw and throws. Throw means inside the method block, it will be an error exception will be occurred, that is throw. Outside the method block, there are any exception will be occurred, that is throws. And then what are the advantages for exception handling means it prevents abnormal program terminates. That code reusability and structure will be maintained, and then improves towards an flow. Enables separations of error handling code, and then it helps for debugging and maintaining towards the flow of execution. It will be an handling runtime error because it is a graceful handling towards the flow, and then any exception will be an occurred. Or the real time example means it is an we are having an ATM system. We are having any we are enter like any wrong pin multiple times, the system will be throws an exception. Like in ATM system it will be an we are using an exception handling. And fine handling system means we are having a tries to open an secured password file. It will be and throws an errors somewhere 404 errors likewise. And then user input validation means it have here instead of string we are giving an integer value, that also an input validation error. These are the real time example here. Thank you.